that much on the agenda today. It's Friday, it's about 8 a.m., so I got up a little bit later than usual. And today I was supposed to do my longer run since I'm training for a half marathon. But I had this really long choir rehearsal last night, and I just knew when I got home, like, I'm not doing the run this week. I can't. I catch myself on the edge of burnout a lot, and I feel like something always falls between the cracks, whether it's like practicing or composing or training for my half marathon. I take on too much. So this week the long run for the half marathon is sliding, and lately composing has been sliding a little bit. I'm an accompanist for a choir, and the season starts in September, and I just got a binder full of music. So right now I'm focusing on catching up on learning the music, and then next week I really do want to get back into my composing routine. I haven't composed in 2 weeks. Last week was Labor Day weekend, so I had a bit of a longer weekend. I went on this fun trip to visit my dad. I'm glad I got in that family time, but I have been falling behind on my composing, so next week is when I get back into it. I also just recently finished a piece in my composing, and for some reason it's always hard for me to get started on a new project. I've been working on that project basically the whole month of August, and I'm happy about how it turned out. I didn't know where I was going with it, but I think it's going to be the first movement of a piano sonata, so I'm excited about that. But it is always hard for me to get started on a new project, so I don't know, I'm going to need some inspiration. This is what I've been working on lately. It's a binder full of choir music for the fall, and I never know what the choir director is going to want to work on, so I try to just have it all like, I don't know, like at a level where I can like at least play through it, which is hard because it's a lot of music. It's like all of this, and then I got a separate little binder here, so hopefully I get a bit better at sight reading in the process, so I'm able to just sit down and kind of at least faith my way through pieces. Right now, I'm not a big sight reader. I like to have practice the piece and just know it very well before I'm playing it with the choir. So I've been practicing my little heart out, but I think I've caught up enough now that I can dial back the practice time like a little bit and focus more on composing. Today, since it's Friday, I just want to finish out the week practicing, and next week I'll get started back up with composing. And I have a pretty long day for lessons today, so I leave here around 1:45, and then I'll be back home around 6:30. I'm able to teach slightly longer hours today because I have a homeschool student now, which is always nice because schools here don't let out until pretty late. And then after that, I'm going to something called First Fridays, which is downtown in Richmond. And from what I understand, a lot of the art galleries are going to be open and you can just wander through. So I'm excited about that. If it's not too busy, I'm going to try out this Korean restaurant called Goji. I've heard good things about it, and I don't think I've ever been to a Korean restaurant, so I think it'll be fun. And one of my friends is selling art at an art gallery, so I'm also going to visit her, and it's going to be a long day, but it's going to be a fun day, I think. So it's about 10:30 and I'm taking a little break. I'm gonna eat a light breakfast. I'm not really hungry first thing in the morning, so sometimes I push my breakfast off to like 10 or 10:30. And then I'm gonna take a little walk and have a phone call with my dad. I was really just planning on cramming in as much possible practice time as I could this morning, and I don't know, I got a text from my dad saying he wanted to talk, and my first impulse was no, I can't do it, I'm too busy. But then I thought about it, and lately I've been trying to push back against the idea that I need to be constantly working, just constantly always teaching lessons or playing the piano or even doing my hobby, composing. I create a pretty rigid schedule for myself sometimes, even though I don't have to compose. I try to be consistent and diligent about it, which I think is good, but I'm trying to get better about incorporating breaks into my schedule, and I'm also trying to get better about taking holidays, because one thing I used to always do is I'd always teach through school holidays. Like Labor Day, I'd always teach through if there are people around. I'd teach through snow days. And now I'm just trying to take those days off. I mean, definitely the kids are not interested in meeting during those holidays. They want their day off too, so I'm being respectful of that, and also respectful of my own time, and I'm pushing back against the idea that I always have to be working. I think we've been conditioned to think that, and I've definitely internalized it a bit. It's a little bit of a struggle sometimes, but I'm trying to get better about it. Another thing that I did that I don't think I would have done in the past is I took a long weekend during Labor Day weekend. So I took Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday off, and I was able to visit family during that time, and it was a really nice weekend. I don't think I would have done that before. I think I would have pushed through and kept working. So little by little, I'm learning and gradually getting better. Really, when you're self-employed, it can be a danger because you can work as much as you want. You can work yourself into the ground. I definitely need to create better boundaries around my time and carve out time that's just for myself, not for working, not even for being productive, just to relax and enjoy life. It's about 1:45 and I'm heading out to piano lessons now. I have a bit of a long stretch ahead of me, but when it's all over, I'm gonna go to First Fridays and grab some dinner, so just gotta push through it. I packed my lunch with me, which is just a PB&J and some baby carrots.